Looks like we are live on a Wednesday afternoon. I was gonna say Friday afternoon. That you wishful thinking? Is that is that wishful thinking? Hope everybody's doing all right. Lane, got some great comments coming in. Y'all, thank you for the comments. I hope this doesn't mess everybody up because when I loaded first, my chat wouldn't load. And that's the second time that's happened. At 10, at 15 till, I'm a little worried. Right. So I backed out, come back up. I hope that doesn't mess everybody up. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. But also earlier, usually about 45 minutes before the live, I'll go on my channel, check focus, camera shot, audio, and whatnot. Got a whole new list of setup options. Just I'm thinking, oh great. Oh great. Then we jump over to the Weaver channel. It's same thing. Same thing. So a little bit of panic, just a little panic coming through, but it looks like everybody's doing. We got some good news here. We got all kinds of good news coming in. Lane, hello, right back to London. Glad you're with us. Let's see. Bridget Benson. All right. Good morning, everyone from Arizona who wants to help me cut out a gazillion patterns, organize and prep for production. Bridget, in all honesty, if I were close, I would jump up. I would dig on that. I would love to get together, work on some leather. I would help in a heartbeat if I were closer. Uh, and we got a fly with us today. One fly, not four, not so he's doing a lot. He, she, I'm not sure. We just have a very loud fly in here. Gonna make me crazy. You ever try to tool something with a fly that's anyway? So I hope everybody's having a good week. Good week. It's Wednesday afternoon, y'all, and good to see so many great comments coming in. Um, yeah, okay, Moby Brickflex. Yeah, we did miss a video last week. I had a video fail, a craft fail that created a video fail. Man, starting up this. All right, we'll be back this Friday, but well, thanks for noticing. That really, thank you for noticing. That means more than you know. So yeah, we'll be back up this Friday. We got the series coming up that I've been talking about. It seems like a month. Yeah, got off on the wrong foot on this one, but we're back. We're back on the track, and I've got two done, three is shot, ready to edit. So trying to get ahead so I can work on armor patterns. Yeah, so we're working towards that. Um, Bandit Blades sold my first commissioned piece yesterday. Thanks to everyone for the comments and confidence. Hallelujah. Congratulations. That makes you feel good, doesn't it? It's more than just the money. It is the money's nice. Don't get me wrong. What a feather in your hat. I mean, you'll have an extra little skip in your step the rest of the day and hopefully two or three more. Bandit Blades, that's excellent. Uh Dean. Yeah. Anyway, okay, and Bobby. Oh man, good afternoon right back, Bobby. Got a booth at Rhode Island CC. Now, CC, I'm not sure what that is. Craft show, I would assume in November will be my first event and have a few orders already. That can't be bad. All right. Bobby, I hope you have a good one. Chris Gould is going to be with us if he's not here already. He's got a fair coming up. Y'all, that is really good news. That is, it does my heart great. That is fun. And the shows, again, we've talked about these to death, absolutely. But it's getting your stuff out there. People look, you'll have so many people come by and just love your work and they'll pick up your passion for it. And that's a lot of fun. And sales are part of it, but the kind of the ham side of me, that's fun to have people see our work. Um, and make a little money too, but be around the show. Your booth neighbors they're always friendly. The food, typically it shows the food. The food trucks are always good. So it's a lot of fun. It's some work. It's a lot of work getting all your inventory up, but also getting your booth set up. But that's part of the fun. Decorating your booth. You can do a pop-up, 10 by 10 pop-up, one of the what do they call those things? The things yeah, those things, right? But at the same time, you can make all kinds of cool little displays and tables. It's a lot of fun. And once you get rolling, it just gets better. It really does. Stanley Waldo is with us. Josh, there's Chris. There's Chris. Life is good. That's a statement that means more than you know. It really does. I'm glad to hear that. Jan missed the start. Don't worry about it. We're fine. Um, I do want to bring up a point though, and I hate to start us off on a sad note, but you'll see where I'm going with this. So, right, we know my math. not great math skills, but we have a lot of math in our craft, right? So I've seen some statistics lately that are a little worrying. Now, right off the bat, um, did you know that 5 out of 4 people have trouble with fractions? I didn't know that. I didn't know that, but that's a little distressing. But but you know what? There's one that's a little more distressing. Um, there are 3 kinds of people in this world. There are those who are good at math and those who are not good at math. So that worries me. Both of those points worry me, but now we're gonna come off the sad notes. Right now we're gonna get fun again. Um, let's see, good. All right, yeah, no, I'm just reading over. Kinda threw me into a panic earlier, 40 minutes to live and things are weird. Things are weird. And it wouldn't let me just do a thumbnail. You had to pick a thumbnail and get and do all this customization. I'm like, "Oh, man, I don't have time for this." But luckily on the Weaver channel, all is same. All is as it should be. So, yay on that one. Let's see, yeah, Robert Delisle, very cool. Oh, MCW 92569, greetings from Charleston. What a beautiful city. Very fine southern city. I love Charleston, the food. Oh man, that low country. Oh, come on. That's some good eating. That is some good eating. Um, Ironside Knife and Axe. Good to have you with us. Ahmad Shine. Just finished a belt using the Chuck Dorsett pattern with extra stuff for my side. I hope that worked. I hope it worked. I hope it came out nicely. Uh, let's see. Oh, Donald Patterson, Tennessee, close by. Boy, that's a beautiful state. Got to go up there this weekend. My best friend lives. I'm not far from Knoxville, and I love him and his wife, but they have a pool. So I like to see them, but I'm really interested in the pool. Really. And it's been nasty hot here. I mean, we're going to have 2 days like 97 and 99, but then it's gonna cool back off. If that's all we get out of summer, those 2 really hot days, if that's our major, I'm fine with that. But right now, it's like a hot house. It's like sunny and 90% humidity outside. And you walk out and you're sticky. Right. Oh man, that's not my favorite. Um, the folks from Ohio say we love the South and all. We just can't stand the humidity. We can't either. Great, great. The fly. He's right. So this big shop, where's he going to be? Right here. So Ahmad, I'm glad to hear that, and I hope it came out beautiful. Very much so. Let's see, Thorsten from Germany. Thorsten is with us. Awesome, great names here, y'all. I'm so glad to see everybody's name pop up. Yeah, Chris Gould. Hi to all crafters. Hope all okay. Hello from England. Sula. Let's see, Sula. Yeah, from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Very nice. There we go. I just struggle with this thing. I really do. I just struggle with it. Some adult supervision might be a big help. Slim Jim 86, Pennsylvania. Chris Barnes. Hope you're doing well. Right back to you. YA, hello from Israel. Love you right back. Glad to hear from Israel. I said last week that, a thought crossed my mind. Never in my life did I ever consider I would not only communicate but visit with so many great people all over the world. Never, how thrilling is that? Never crossed my mind. YA, I'm glad you're with us. Honored that you will spend some time with us here. Very cool. Bobby, Comic Con. Is Comic Con going on? I don't remember when. That's such a West Coast thing. I never really know when it's coming up. Dragon Con, no, exactly. But yeah, that's the other side of the country, and I don't really keep up with the Comic Con. Uh, Oh, let's see, Josh. I finally finished up that backpack I've been talking about. Just trying to find a way to post photos of it. Very cool. Got to do that on the fan page. Would love to see that. Get a bunch of oohs and ahs from people. That's great. Thank y'all, everybody. Thanks for sharing on the fan page. Some gorgeous work there. Let's see. Oh, Ironside Knife and Axe. Drilling holes through 5 layers of 8-9, and the bit is coming out way off the other side. That's a tough one. 5 layers, probably got face, back, and 3 welts in there. Yeah, the thin bits, they're bad. You've got to go slow, and I don't even know if that's the best answer there, just for me. But also, too, something I found, and you've probably already there, but for anybody that isn't, like on a drill press, I love to drill like particularly big, thick pieces, holsters, and sheaths on my drill press, but I use the smallest little bit, 16th maybe, Oh, it's gotta be smaller than that. I mean, little bitty thing. It's almost the smallest you can get at a hardware store. But, like, because our sheath or our holster is kinda like that, right? Yeah, it's like almost a heart shape. Um, I can't lay it flat on the bed of the drill press, so what I'll do is I'll take a piece of quarter-inch thick plywood, put that down, then when I lay the edge of that, it's perfectly straight, so my holes go straight through, but also too, I gotta go real slow if I'm doing a bunch. Recently did a holster for a friend. Um, I think he was 3, maybe 4 welds, and that was tough. Boy, it took a long time. It worked, and wow, was I surprised that the needles, I mean, they just slid through 6 ply. See if that helps. I don't know if it will, but see if that will help at least a little bit. Um, oh, Michael Drew. By the way, I want to thank Weavers for the wonderful Crazy Horse Water Buffalo. Wife loved the tote. Score. Yeah, so the spouse plays an important part here. When we start to work leather, our first project or two needs to be for them. Right, right. So that when we start working along, oh, honey, I need to buy a pretty expensive piece of leather or tool or something. Well, that's okay. You're right. We know how that goes. Very cool. Let's see. Don Dan. Oh, Don Dan, I'm glad you're here. Let's see. This is the first time I've been able to catch a live show. I just started Leathercraft. Thanks for the great videos. Already made some amazing things. Don Dan, I'm glad to hear that. Very cool. Very cool. I hope you're having a great time with it. You just walked into a big family of people that are going to love your work and get hints and tips and tricks and answers. Anything you got, drop it in here on the fan page. You will get some great answers. In fact, from last week, going through the comments from last week, so many people jumping in and helping out. Um, Once in a while, I'll see somebody will post a question 2 or 3 times, um, and I sometimes won't see an answer, and I almost want to act that kills me. That kills me when I'm going through the comments, but I'm wondering because these come in so fast, um, we miss it. Everybody misses it because these are really coming in. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you for posting so many comments here. Y'all drive this. If it were me, it'd be 5 minutes long and probably pretty dull. So, y'all, thank you for the help. For the new folks that are stepping in. I'll look at something, like on the fan page. Somebody say a comment. I'm new to Leathercraft. Already, ding, right? Already. But they'll ask a question. I'll look down 27 comments or 27 answers. Um, Typically on those, I'll just go like, and I'll scan through them. And I hate to put in another comment that says, all great answers, nothing to add. But yeah, that's great. Thanks for helping out the new folks. But also, too, you never know, even the experienced folks, now and then there's stuff we just don't think about, or it's just that one little nugget of knowledge we just haven't crossed paths with. And that's great too. So, y'all, thank you for that. Austin LeClaire, any tips on starting a business? That's a big one. That's a big one there. My biggest advice is don't jump over until you're sure that you can. And you'll know when that time comes. When you're working your 9 to 5, you come home, you eat dinner, you clean up, and you hit the shop, and now you're working till 1 or 2 in the morning, then it's time to jump over. But until that happens, don't jump. With my business, I jumped a little early, and that was not a disaster. It just, wow, there's some scraping to do if you go that route. Austin, I can't really give you some great tips here. There's so many. I mean, there's so many. Um, but yeah, look through, YouTube videos and books. There's some great books out there. But start easy. That's the best way to go. Start easy. Don't try to take too much, all at once. Just start easy. Um, let's see. Is that Ian? Ian Butcher. I hope so. Let's see. Hi, great channel. Thank you very much. Have you done any videos on chrome tan leather? We've got a few out there, and we're going to do some more. We've got some new leather at Weaver coming in. So we're going to jump over and do a couple of videos on the 303. I've always been hesitant there because the big point for us leather crafters, is we don't have to have a lot of equipment. We can start very inexpensively. We don't have to buy, a $2,000 sewing machine. We don't need it. We can hand sew on our kitchen table. So I kind of been a little hesitant to use. I know it's right up the 303 is right there. That's why I keep pointing to it. But what a machine. For the beginner, if you've never worked on an industrial machine, I know we've said this a lot. I just love it. I'm not a sewer. I'm not a production sewer. Um, wow, it's so easy to thread. And it's slow. It's got a servo motor on it. I think you can do it about maybe even less than 1 stitch a second. It goes so slow, and it's so smooth. You don't. I've always, my hand goes straight to the flywheel. Right, progress. Right. I almost don't even touch the flywheel anymore. It's such a great machine. But anyway. So yes, we're working towards that. Let's see. Jan bought my new workspace today. Just have to disassemble it at location, transport it home, and assemble it again. And what could possibly go wrong, right? Yeah, we'll keep our fingers crossed. You got people all over the world keeping their fingers crossed. So all will go well. I would bet on it. But Jan, how cool is that? A new workspace. Very nice. Dragoon Brigade is with us. Hello, right back. Jim Jenkins. Let's see. Good afternoon. Right back to Wakanda, Illinois. Hope you're doing well. Hope y'all have some nice weather up there. Let's see. Oh, Dawn. Let's see, Dawn Dan. Yeah, there's on Facebook, there's a Chuck Dorsett fan page. Yeah, easy to find. Look that up. You can post your pictures. You're walking into a family of friendly people. You really are. So look that up. You'll see some great pics. If you got questions, you'll get ample answers. You certainly will. And the cool thing is you're getting answers from a lot of different people. So therefore, we all have a little different take on every step. So you get a good feel. Pick the one you like best. Let's see. Josh is helping out here. Josh, thank you. Austin, and the simplicity of this. This is exactly right. Start making things. Sell one, then another. Yeah, don't start a business in debt. Build on the sales you generate. I got some really bad advice a long time ago. Use other people's money to start your business. I have to disagree. I really do, because say you borrow $1,000 at 10% interest. Well, now you're 1,100 in the hole. To me, it's yeah. Say right. Start with your own. You answer to no one. You answer to no one, but at the same time, that's light a little bit of a fire under your butt too. Yeah, which some of us could use from time to time. I'm not pointing fingers. Absolutely not. Oh, Chris Gould. Okay. All right. So next Saturday, Chris has got a fair, his first. Been put between a person making homemade cakes and a meat seller. But that can't be all bad, right? Spend all our profit on cakes and a nice big slab of bacon. Hallelujah. This is working for us. Yeah. All right. Good. Y'all, this is great. Susan M., 5 out of 4. Yeah. I know those two take a minute to catch. 5 out of 4 people have trouble with fractions. But anyway, I'll open us off with a laugh. And I love to see the funny things that people post up on the fan page. It never hurts to put a smile in your day. It really doesn't. Oh, Christopher, hi from Austria. Hello, right back to beautiful Austria. Bobby, yeah, thanks, Bridget. Let's see. There we go. MCW 92569. Come on down. I'll cook dinner for you. That's a deal. That is a deal. We're getting out. We're getting out a little more. We're starting to talk about more masks now. I don't know how I feel about this. Anyway, we're not going there. Let's see, Chris. Have you used Edge Coat? What do you think about it? It's not my favorite. That's just me. That's just me. And the reason is because your edge coat has a different texture than your leather. I bought, a briefcase long time back, maybe a briefcase or a duffel bag or something, where all the edges are edge coat. It looks really good. The problem is it starts to peel off in no time. And now you have either a big naked edge, which unfinished, or you have pieces and parts of edge coat. Edge paint to me is a little bit better. Sharpie to me is about the best route you can go to add some color to your edges. It's very easy to drag that tip along the edge. So it's not squirrely. That looks worse than nothing at all. is if you've got that squirrely line front or back, like say with dye or edge paint. Um, the Sharpies to me, they're great. And now they come in so many different colors and they've got multiple point sizes, like the fine point and the large point. Um, oh, Mark Fannin. I am 20 minutes from the Ohio WLS and am so thankful for easy access materials. Mark, I'm not even that close. I work here and I'm not even that close. That's nice. We're working on the retail space. We're still not open yet. With this COVID thing, we were talking, I think we were talking our open date was like last September, right? More than a year ago. Or no, almost a year ago. I don't know what month it is. I've been thinking it's August for a week now. And somebody said, Chuck, it's not August yet. Okay. Okay. We met. Um, oh no. Let's see. Daniel Reach. All I saw was project fail. All right. Tooling both sides of a sword scabbard. I've always wanted to do that. I taped the back of one side to prevent stretching, forgot to tape the other side. Now there are two different sizes. Ah, crap. We learn these things, don't we? Sorry. I hate to hear that. I've always been trying to figure out. I'm not big on the side sewn scabbards simply because that adds like 3/4 of an inch to the width of a blade. So if we've got a nice blade, maybe say 1 1/4, 1 1/2, well, now our scabbard's so much larger. But side sewn, now you can decorate. Now you can go so many ways. The reason I say that, the traditional scabbard, you have to form it. You wet form it, wet with water or dye. But when you do that, you're pressing out the tooling. Once it's formed, you can't tool it. You can't stamp it. You can, but it's just not optimum. For years, I've tried to figure out how to do that. How to tool a traditional scabbard. I've never really come up with a good answer. If anybody's got an answer there, toss it out there. I'm stuck, and I've been stuck on that for decades. Um, let's see. Okay, so Daniel, sorry to hear about that. Ah, yes, that happens. We forget these things, and I've got a craft fail here that I don't even want to bring up. I don't even want to bring it up. We will. Suck it up, Chuck. Bring it up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Susan M, Daniel Roach, don't feel bad. Been there, done that. Even got the t-shirt, I'm sure. Um, James Seckington, come on down, I'll grill for you. There's a big offer. All right, R138Y. Finally got a chance to catch you live. I just want to thank you as well as your team for doing all these amazing and informative videos. Keep rocking. R138Y, we will do our best, but thank you for that. Comments like that, they really reach a lot deeper than you know. They really do. Thank you for that. Means more than you know. Oh, Jan Nagel made my wife a bookmark last week. Drop that on the fan page. Want to see that? They're great bookmarks. We kind of skim over them. They're great projects. And, you can still do some good work on a, 1 1/4 by 5, 6, 8-inch bookmark. Add a tassel onto the end. We've got a great video on making tassels. Super easy. Really? Yeah. Fly. Sorry, fly. I hope that's not visible on camera, but it probably is. Love the bookmarks. And everybody can use a bookmark. And they're fast, they're fun. So anyway, okay. Ooh, Eric Gott Backlid. If you can get some old dentist's drill bits for your Dremel tool, that's great for leather work. Not talking too fast already. Not going to change. Tyler Crane. How do I bevel in tight places, or what do I use? It's a tough one. There's not much you could do in tight spaces, and I'm thinking like a brow band. I think it's a brow band on a horse. I can't remember, but it splits. It splits, and you've got a 5/8 and a 3/8 inch band. I can work my bevel up into that slice. All told, you can only go so far. You can only go so far. Like tight corners, typically you can work it around enough to where you get enough bevel there to where it's visible. Some of these things, it is what it is, but somebody might have a good answer for you. Sometimes there's not a good answer, but see if somebody types one in there, Tyler. Uh, Yeah, Daniel Reach, Bridget Benson, I'll post it whether it works or not. I'll do the same thing. I'll do the same thing. I got the briefcase here. Someone asked about the leather on this, and we'll look at that here in a minute, and I'll fill you in on that. Um, yeah, okay, Josh helping out there. Um, Leo Wild. I hope Leo's with us. Very cool. I miss a lot of these. Sorry, I know. I miss a lot of these because they come in so fast. Again, thank you. But if I miss your comments, please excuse me. I will see them. I read every comment. I scan through them. I scan through them Wednesday, but then I go comment by comment on Wednesday morning. And that typically is why I've got so many, hellos and whatnot. In fact, we probably ought to jump over to that. Um, okay, so today Rick has a craft fail involving a toolbox. Yeah, die in a toolbox. We can probably guess where this one going. Prazaminku has a theoretical question. And we'll come out an Arctic Arsenal. We got an answer for you on that one. Okay, so jumping over. All right, so let's just do this quickly. These are some new names from last week, some new folks, but also a couple of cool comments. Um, let's see, James Ward. James, I hope you're back with us this week. Um, Okay, T.H. Trevi. More important, skiver or burnishing machine? I would say burnishing, simply because I would use that so much more than a skiver. See if that helps. Lucas Hoover. Um, yeah, in fact, Lucas had some questions on what's an inexpensive belt sander. Had 4 or 5 folks pitch in on that. So, y'all, thank you for helping him out there. I think Harbor Freight was one of the main choices there. Uh, Oh, let's see. Okay, rare breed. Man, I had to put this one there. I have a craft fail. My leather shop is also a wood shop. I was going to put a finish on a bowl I just finished, and I grabbed my leather finish and applied it to the bowl. You gotta let us know how it came out. I understand the wood guys like the alcohol based dyes. I don't know about the pros, but I do know they like the alcohol based dyes. Um, Yeah. Okay, let's see. Well, let us know on that one. I just read that one again. All right, let's go Stetson. I hope you're with us this week. I broke my finger and I've been taking a break. I'm sorry to hear about that. And everybody goes, sorry about that. I hope that's gonna get better. Let's see, Donald Peterson, um, joining from Tennessee, new to leathercraft, but learning tons. That's the fun part of it. You will always learn, but you always got new tricks for the next product. The Horton David, hi, right back to you. Let's see. Oh, let's see, Ulian. Let's see, Ulian Angon. That's probably not right. I might have cut some of that off when I did a paste. Round Rock, Texas. Woodworking in the 21st century. Skip here. Skip, I hope you're back with us this week. Very cool. Okay, just laser engraved some of your leather coasters for a family reunion souvenir. Came out great. Very cool. We've got a question later. We'll come down to it. But someone is asking, I can't remember right off, but it's on here. Can you laser engrave pictures onto leather? This was a customer when I worked at a company rhymes with candy. So yes, you absolutely can. Can we see that? That is a gorgeous ship. How cool is that? Right. So yes, we can absolutely laser engrave beautiful pictures onto leather. Let's see. Okay, Terry Douglas. Let's see. I had to get into leatherworking for my grandchildren. Um, that is excellent, Terry. Yeah, the rest of it is because of the positive energy you have toward leatherworking. I wonder how many people got doing this. Thank you, Terry. Thank you right back. I hope so. I hope so because it's a great craft, and I think we can all agree on that point, right? Best craft going. I don't think there's another material maybe natural or synthetic. I don't think there's another material out there that you can do so much with. And I think about this from time to time, like wood. We could do so much with wood or stone or metal, but a metal shirt, a metal pair of pants, a metal pair of boots ain't going to happen. Well, it can, but right. So I think about this, can we make this out of, say, any one of the other materials? No, but leather, not only that, but 10 related items. So yeah, we're biased, right? We're biased. We're leather crafters. Let's see, Carlos Garcia from New Mexico. Lee Rawson. I'm sorry, Lee Ross. Let's see, in any craft, you never stop learning as people come up with new techniques and designs all the time. That's the beauty of this craft and all crafts, and I have to agree. Funny thing, what have we been working leather? 6,000 years, 6 millennia? We've been working with leather, and we're still coming up with new ideas. How cool is that? How cool is that? Daniel Bennett, let's see, first 2 things I made were for my wife. Smart move there, Daniel. Mystery braid cuff, key fob that had my initials branded on it. It was a scrap from testing, but she loved it. I bet she did. That's very cool. I joke about that, take care of the spouse first, then you're kind of free to roam about the cabin. But really, all told, how cool is that? Right? How cool is that? Um, let's see. Okay, TV 8472. It is actually nice to hear other people also hear negative comments from customers. We are all in the same boat, and we really are. We really are. We can get negative comments online, particularly, but you just never know where they're going to come from. But then we can get back together and gather here and talk about them, and just have a great time. Years and years ago, I was a waiter. Probably where a lot of my customer service comes from. The best part of working in a restaurant, now it's a tough job. It really is. I always tip well because I know how tough that is. The best point there, or the best part was after work. When you cleaned, you're done. You walk away. Everybody sits down at a table outside, and we talk about the evening and the weird things customers say or do or order. That to me was the best, and I actually missed that part of working in that industry. Um, Coming together to laugh and joke and talk about the crazy things that happen. Working in a restaurant, you could write a comedy book simply from the things that happen every day in a restaurant. I could go and go and go. Anyway, that is a good part of it. So, all right, let's see. One last. Um, okay, Olanad Nanutum. And I hope that's right. Please forgive me if I'm not saying that, but hello, right back to the Philippines. Friends all over this beautiful planet, right? We could go to any country in this world and we've got a friend immediately. Probably more than just one, y'all. What a great group to be a part of. Okay, so hellos from last week. We got that knocked out. I hope y'all are with us this week. But also, too, when I see a new name pop up, I like to try to say hello. Welcome to the group. Um, Let's see, Leo Wild. There's Leo Wild. Hello, right back to you, Leo. Uh, yeah, let's see. I think is it Ian Butcher? Ian Busher? I can't really tell. L's and I's. Ah, and there's nothing more rude than mispronouncing someone's name or where they come from. But let's see. I'm making key rings with soft leather. Any tips on edging it? Not really. Chromes, they're just a particular. We have that situation because in veg tan we can do so much to our edges. We can edge, we can slick, edge coat, paint. There's all kinds of things we can do. But over on the chrome side, we can't bevel, we can't slick. There's very few things we can do. So it's a common problem. It's a common problem. I don't have a great answer. Edge coat, it's probably your best bet, and it'll work and it'll look great. It just doesn't have that durability that we're looking for. Our products, I don't know how long our products are going to last. I've got with our group from the rent fair, there's 5 or 6 or 8 or 10 or 12, at any given point. So there's 5 or 6 suits of armor that I made in the 90s, and they are still going and they still look good. And the bake hardening, just as hard as it was the day I baked it. And the dye is still there, the paint is still there. I don't know how long our products they're going to last longer than we will. I'm pretty sure of that. So, um, let's see. Okay, yeah, Josh helping out Dan there. Um, yeah, Chris, hello, right back to you, Leo. Yeah, okay. Austin LeClaire, the only time I lace on edges is for decoration. That's exactly right. I find it to be that strong. I don't find it to be that strong. I agree. Stitched edge, best way to go. Laced edge will work for us, and it looks pretty good. I think I mentioned last week, um, if you think life is short, do some edge lacing. Yeah, I love it. I love it. And for the folks that can nail it, it's absolutely beautiful. And then there's the rest of us. Um, let's see. Oh no, Austin LeClaire, someone, totally not me, left the cap off the dye bottle. My table is now black. Do a little top coat on it. It'll look better. I try to keep my Weaver table. Ain't happening. There's little dye spills all over that table. Uh, let's see, Michael Donahue. Would someone be able to give me recommendations for a laser engraver? I cannot, but someone here. I've seen some great answers on this, like your wattage, um, like electrical requirements. I don't know the best route to go. I've talked to a bunch of laser people, but I've never really considered buying one. Um, Typically, every trophy shop has a laser, and they can all engrave for you. So for the most part, I've kind of let them handle it. I'll take the artwork and the leather, let them handle it. Um, but somebody here is going to give you some good information on that. Um, oh, Ironside knife and axe. Thank you. Already got answers coming in. Oh, I'm trying to Josh. I've got Chuck. The inverse is true for leather too though. You're not getting a leather truck or a leather boat. Okay, yeah, I'm with you on that one. Exactly. Oh, kid named Kane from Southwest Texas. Um, Very good. Kid named Kane. This is the best place to put that up because if I see it, the boss is going to see it. Absolutely. So here's this question. Howdy. Let's see, from Southwest Texas. Can you guys come out with the small, medium, and large dog collar template and offer it on your website? Wide enough to stamp 3/4 inch leathers. The boss is going to see that. So yeah, if y'all want something, put it up here. That's the first step in getting something like that to happen. Um, Oh, that's for Chris. It's funny, Chris. Um, Craft Hit stuck bits of long scrap leather together to keep my growing apple tree secure to a post. Um, it is. There's so many, and I don't even go into this. And I've always thought about maybe doing them because, like my mower has, the bar that you have to hold to keep it on. I've tied that with a piece of leather 10 years ago, and that leather is still working. It's in the heat and the garage all winter off. It's still going. Spacers. Leather makes a good spacer on my deck. This is fun. We're going in an odd direction here, but um, between the spindles, there's a piece of wood, and then we've got the top piece of wood, that thing. What? I'm losing words. That thing. Railing. Really? Right. Anyway, there's like about a quarter, not a quarter, about an eighth of an inch this. So I dropped a piece of leather in there, just strip. That was like 4 years ago. And it's still, I don't even know it's there. Anyway, all kinds of bizarre ways we can use leather. Okay, here's one more. I just got to mention this because this is funny. Sometime back, we were doing a show and just a strip of leather, maybe 2 inches by maybe 10 inches a veg tan, 8 to 9 ounce. Just it fell out of a bin. It fell into the corner of my truck. I keep my truck bed pretty clean, but it just laid there like most of the summer. Rain, heat again. At some point I'm like, I should grab that piece of leather. I pulled it out. It was the prettiest color, and it had the nicest texture. I couldn't believe that. I couldn't. I'm like, maybe I just need to put a side of leather in the back of my truck. Just leave it there all summer. That's probably a bad idea, but nonetheless, that was funny. Let's see. Lisa J. Oliver. Leather usage predates the written word. That's exactly right. Um, we've laughed about this. We've laughed about this because, again, I don't know if this freezes up. There we go. Okay, back to it. I don't know who's the oldest craft. I think it's leather. Now, the wood guys, they've got a good argument. The stone folks, they have a good argument. But whoever, at some point, somebody used a hide because we were cold, or to tie something or, footwear. Um, Footwear, it's odd, and I would like to read this article again if I could find it. It talks about footwear in a very in-depth manner because we couldn't travel. We couldn't travel without footwear. Well, once we figured out footwear, not only can we travel, but we could travel further and we could travel faster. Isn't that a trip to think about? And I guarantee that was leather. I'm pretty sure that was leather. Um, but also too, one funny point, we're made out of leather too. That's why we die so nicely, right? Somebody on the fan page, big brown finger. And this always happens, right? I don't want to use a pair of gloves and throw them away. How wasteful is that, right? Well, at some point, we're going to get a little pinhole in the bottom of one of our fingers. And if we're dyeing something, the dye's cold to our fingers. Um, we don't notice that one of our finger holes or one of our fingers fills up with dye. Man, it makes a beautiful color. And it's going to take a week for that to go away. I like a nice medium brown. Um, the green is good. Green is good. Anyway, um, y'all pitch it in because I'm so far behind. Y'all, thank you. Lisa, thank you for putting that in there. That's it. Your big point. There's so many things we never think about with our craft. I mean, it's funny to think 2,000 years ago, somebody was sitting at their workbench working leather and probably using very similar tools to what we're using now. Probably not so updated. We'd actually probably be stunned at the tools that they're using to work leather. Um, how cool is that? 2,000? How's like 3,000, 4,000 years ago? Um, I just saw a show, they unearthed a tomb that untouched in Egypt. They unearthed a tomb that's 4,500 years old, totally untouched. I'm amazed at their technology. I really am amazed at that. So, let's see. Oh, Lisa coming back. Lisa is an archaeologist, so she is a great source for us. Sumerian, 3,100 BCE. Um, that's 5 grand. That's 5 millennia back. Um, oh man, Austin LeClaire, bless your heart. I'm currently in middle school, and thanks to Chuck, I've developed a lifelong love for leather crafting. Austin, I'm so happy to hear that. First off, your age, picking up a great craft. That no kidding, you hit it on the nose. This is a craft I will love my entire life. You absolutely will. That's how cool is that? Um, oh, let's see. Okay. Ah, I'm okay. Thanks, Chuck. Got the name right. I will keep working on the edging. Let you know if I find anything. Okay. Land Butcher. Now I can't remember which way I pronounced it. I'm so sorry. You'll get to know me. This one, things like this, it won't be a surprise. Thanks. Uh, Pierre Rousseau. Thanks for all the tips and tricks. You are more than welcome. It helped me a lot on my leather work. Chuck is a true mentor. I don't know. When we look at our craft fail, we're all going to question that. But nonetheless, genuine comment. Thank you more than you know for that. Really. That's more than you know. Daniel Bennett. I know I'm not going to tear up, Pierre, but thank you very much. Daniel Bennett just got my big weaver order. So excited to make something awesome. Oh man, isn't that a great time? What am I going to make? Sometimes it's daunting. It's right. But what a cool time. Um, oh Lisa, oh these are cool. Lisa, thank you for dropping these in. Oldest surviving leather shoe, Armenia, 3,500 BCE. How about that? What a wealth of knowledge, Lisa. Thank you so much for pitching that in. We're working on our craft, we're working on our project. We don't really, we don't think in the big picture, in those terms, but it's cool to touch on that from time to time. Um, I've read a piece that Rome consumed, Rome consumed 3 million hides a year. The Roman Empire. Or maybe this is vice versa. I can't remember. Okay, it's either 1 million or 3 million because at any given time, 1 million hides were in use in the Roman Empire. So don't hold me to that, but those numbers are pretty accurate. That's amazing. That's some serious leather production. And I understand in Japan, the tanners were not even allowed near a city. They were below the peasants, right? Yeah. So, um, okay, Brandon Williams pitching in some good help there, Brandon. Thank you. Oh, Judith Wright, I love the tip using the leather shipping box to keep leather on my shelf. Yeah, that is a cool idea. It kind of keeps the light fading down, gives us a little bit of organization. Um, the when you place an order with Weaver, you get some great pattern paper, right? The leather that the paper the leather comes wrapped in makes great pattern paper. And I'll kind of almost use that for prototypes or something. I'm not sure this pattern's going to work because it's free and it's thick yeah. And then the box on top of that. So bonus. Cool. Thank you, Weaver. Uh, okay. I'm only catching the back end, the butt end of that one. Psychosis 999. I'm not even going to get into that one because I didn't see the front end of that. Oh, Don Lapham. It's going to be a 3-day weekend for me when the retail location opens. Yeah, it's kind of a mirage, there. We're not really sure when we're going to open the retail store, but we're working on it. The good side to that is it's given us time to just plan every detail. Nothing is going to be rushed. That's the biggest point to this. Let's see. Let's see. Darren Trussell, bless your heart. No, Darren, hey, Chuck, I just started out and it's a little embarrassing, but I can't make a straight cut to save my life. Darren, don't be embarrassed. No, it's an issue. Non-slip tape. No kidding. It will change your world. Um, I'm trying to think of a specific video where that's really mentioned. I can't think of it right off. But yeah, it's non-slip tape. We sell it. It's the stuff that they use on hospital steps and government building steps, right? For tread. Um, Hardware stores typically will sell it in like 1 inch, 1.5, 2. Anyway, you can buy it by the foot. We sell it by the 1 inch. And I think we sell it by either the foot or the yard. I should know this. I work here, right? I should know this. We met. Anyway, put that on the back of your straight edge. You're not going to believe the difference. I think that's the best tip I can put out there. But Darren, don't be embarrassed. Ask any question you want. You're going to get some great answers. You're going to see so many people pitch in to help out. Don't be embarrassed. You put any question out there you want to. Darren, I'm glad you're with us. Glad you found us. Glad you're with us. And I hope you'll just love the leathercraft. I really do. Yeah, okay. Don's there. Stanley Waldo. Yeah, that's it. Stanley Waldo. You're exactly right. When we were banished from the Garden of Eden, we will wear animal skins. That's exactly right. Uh, oh man, Lane. Okay, I didn't read this whole one. If you think the tanners had it rough, spare a thought for the tanner's laborer. My ancestor was one of them. Wow, imagine having to do the jobs even the tanner wasn't prepared to do. Wow, your ancestor was one of them. No kidding. I'd love to hear more about that. I've been to one tannery. It wasn't gross, and it wasn't even a strong odor, really. They did veg tan. Um, and one of the reasons veg tan is more expensive than chrome is because it takes a lot longer to tan the veg than it does the chrome tan. Um, but a tannery is pretty cool. It's very interesting to see the hides from scratch. They come in from the slaughterhouse. It's called a blue hide because they spray. Um, it's a lightweight chemical. I think it's basically just a preservative, to keep. But then they'll fold the hides so they come in folded on a big pallet to the tannery. Very interesting to see the whole process. It makes you appreciate, your leather a little bit more. Chris Murden. Chris asking a great question. How's things? Right back to you, Chris. When might we get a retail location near Toronto, Ontario? Dude, if it were up to me, we'd have 25 different locations across this great planet. If it were up to me, but it's not. It's not. If I were king, right, if right, I just haven't been coronated yet. So anyway, um, we'll get there. The retail store location at our plant is our first step. Is our first foray into the retail sales, right? Brick and mortar. So we'll get the hang of this one. Then who knows what's going to happen after that. I'm pushing for one here in Atlanta, really. Um, Mainly because it's a crossroads. We're kind of a crossroads. We're kind of, the center of the South. Um, Growing like nuts here. I mean, just I could probably name 5 subdivisions within 3 miles of us with at the very least 100 houses going in, and they're everywhere. They're just clearing forest. That kills me. That kills me. We bought a house on a piece of land that was cleared evidently, right? So I can't complain too much. Sorry, that one slipped. Family show, family show. Okay. On that note, let's just get this over with. It's like taking a shot. So we're doing a video. I'm working on a video series where um we're focusing a little less. We're making a project, but we're focusing more on the tools and the products and the materials there to help us. Right? That's kind of the point. I don't know if it's a good idea or not. I really got off to a bad start because I did the first one was 23 minutes long. They're not supposed to be. Where there's like 12 minutes, 7 or 8 segments in the series, maybe 10, 12, maybe 14 minutes long. The first one came out to 23 minutes, right? And all we're doing is creating the basic pattern and cutting the leather. It's not a lot. The problem is, every time I sit down and start working on a step, tools just they come out of nowhere. That's the point. Anyway, okay, backing up. So we're gonna do this pouch with the feathers on it because the feathers it's great for folks who are new at tooling, or if you want to jump into tooling, you almost can't go wrong. Anyway, um, but this one actually is my favorite. I love the. Can we see that a little bit better? Yeah, I love the tribal because you can go so many ways with it, and I love the little heart. That's very cool. Really hard to describe this in way of pattern. We go into it. We don't go into great detail, but kind of more of a way to, here's how we work with the tribal. Um, anyway, okay. So I cased a piece of leather, right? Cased it, um, wet it, let it dry for a good hour, cased it, gave it 24 hours, maybe 48, brought it out, let it dry for maybe an hour, maybe 90 minutes. So I get the scene set up, I get the camera, the audio, the lighting, everything set up, ready to go. So I trace in our from our tracing paper, our paper, I trace in our pattern. And if you notice, one feather literally lays over the other feather. Okay. I even mentioned this. Let's be careful. We don't want to. Okay. So I swiveled in my quill on one feather. The other feather needs to go under that. I swiveled that right across. Mother beep, 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 beep. Not going on the outtakes reel. Oh, baby. In a rare fit of organization, rare, I had another one ready. I actually cased 2 of these in case disaster struck, and it did. It struck like 25 seconds into that scene. So anyway, um, there's my craft fail. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. Anyway. Okay, let's move forward. Um, Oh, I should have got the one we tooled. I should have brought that over here. Anyway. So okay, well we jump forward there to the is it 353? Oh crap. I haven't done any oh crap. I've still got like 5 pages. Um let's do this real quick. Fan page because y'all deserve a mention here. Wow. Okay. 3,100 people on the fan page. How cool is that? I'm having a hard time keeping up with it. All right, please, if you don't get, I try to comment on every project or question. If I don't, please forgive me. Sometimes I'll get a little behind. Like the weekend, I went to my friends. I was gone from like Friday afternoon to Sunday night. I open up. I'm like, I'm so far behind. I'm so far up. Please forgive me if you don't see a comment, or if you don't see a comment almost right away, maybe a day. Sorry. All right, but Aaron Hepworth, This is so cool. A pterodactyl, a little leather pterodactyl. What an out of the box idea. And it looks so good. That's really very, very creative and very cool. Um, Sean Bell. Sean, you're doing some beautiful work there. Got a sheath and a pouch. Love the color, love the stitch, love the forming. Very, very nice work. Um, all right, Nicholas Damaski. I know I'm just pronouncing that wrong. I even tried to put that into my Google Translate to see if I it literally said Nicholas Damasch. Really? That's no help at all. Anyway, biker wallet damn. Wow. That is unbelievably beautiful. Every bit of that is gorgeous from concept to outcome. Um, Bucky Harris doing leather for about somebody must have missed. I okay, I'm not great at paste and copy either. Let's just throw that out there. Anyway, Bucky has been doing leather for some said months, and I think it was 4. I think, but loving the belts, just gorgeous belts, holsters, sheath, doing a great job. Doing a great job. Thermagite. Um, she's got a question on lightning dye. I cannot help here. The reason is if we had a white dye. Now, sometime back, Fibings had a white dye. If we had that, we could do anything we want with our dyes. The problem is if we thin our dye, and I would say go with ethyl alcohol, and that sits there on the shelf just with your rubbing and your isopropyl and your denatured ethyl alcohol. The problem is it doesn't lighten the dye; it just makes less dye. That's all it really does. I've never gotten a great answer um, from anybody, on hey, are we going to see a white dye come out? Paint different, yeah. Ample, just like in the pro dye, we need a white dye that would cure all our problems and open up so many doors. It's just not out there. Um, okay, Donald Lapham, last one. Donald's got a Diesel Punk messenger bag that is so cool because he made this for a friend, and I don't remember all the specifics, but either he or she is a nurse, frontline worker, was out there putting themselves at absolute risk. Um, so he made a bag. Gorgeous. I know. I'm getting for folks like that are true heroes. Okay. Um, all right. So joke of the day. Let's at least get one of these in here, right? At least get one of these in here. Uh, let's see. All right. So a guy starts at a company. It's his first day, big meeting. President walks in. He looks at him and says, "You're the new guy." He says, "Yes, sir, I am." He says, "What's your name?" "My name's Joe." President just gets this awful look on his face and says, "Son, we don't go by first names here. That breeds familiarity. We are not going to have it. We are all business. What's your last name, darling?" "Well, Joe, it's good to have you with us." Okay, so let's see. All right, I hope that was worth listening to. Um, Also, too, on the craft fails, just accept the fact that some days we're the statue, some days we're the pigeon, and some days we're the statue. Also, be careful. The toes you step on today may be connected to the butt you have to kiss tomorrow. Right. Working for a living, right? That's part of it. Let's see if at first you don't succeed, then hide all the evidence that you tried. Okay, that's enough of that. Um, let's see. Okay, in videos, let's see. We've got the series coming up, working on that. Um, I'll be at the Texas Ren Fair November 6th and 7th. As that gets closer, we'll pick a place to meet, and a time to meet. Anybody that's going to go, we'll find a pub to meet, and we'll have a cold beer, and we'll visit, and we'll chat, and we'll have a great time with it. I haven't been to TRF in like 20 something years. Um, big, big. I mean, everything's big in Texas, right? Man, I don't remember. Last I remember, the parking rows had to be a quarter of a mile long, and there were 35 of them, if I remember. I mean, yeah. So anyway, okay. So going to be out there. All right, some bad news. I'm not going to be with us next week. We're not going to have a live next week, and I'm sorry about that, y'all. I'm going to be on the road going out to the Waco show. That's next weekend, in Waco, Texas. That's the Waco Convention Center. Um, teaching a class on creative closures, which oddly enough sounds like a snooze fest, doesn't it? It really. So I don't typically pick my classes, and I don't know why. Like Dragon Con, yes, they'll say, "What do you want to do?" But um, for these shows, they'll usually say, "Hey, can you do a class on?" Which is great. That's great. Well, they said, "Do you want to do a class on closures?" I'm like, "What? No." So I didn't say no. I said, "Well, yeah, sure." Sat down and I just could not write down types of closures and creative closures. And I mean, like if you've seen Braveheart, right? Who hasn't? His baldric, it's got that cool wrap on it. Yeah, I've got that. I figured it out. And so, yeah, I mean, from snaps all the way up to things like that, there are so many cool, the turn clasps that look like a padlock and swing clasps and Sam Brown's. I mean, I think I came up with like 18 cool closures and like another 8 creative. So the toggles, the little leather toggles. Anyway, I hope it's a good class. Um, let's see. Notes from the boss. Let's go here. We still have the exhibit running at the Houston Center for Creative Craft, or I'm sorry, the Houston Center for Contemporary Craft. That's still rolling. Got 3 suits of armor out there. Let's see, that's an exhibit called Suited Up, Contemporary Armor Making in Texas. I haven't been out. They were when I put the armor on my armor stands, it was just staging. They were gonna. I haven't been out there. I've seen some pictures, and it looks cool. That's a gorgeous place. The center, and great people. I mean, you just walk in, and everybody's friendly. So okay, notes from the boss. Let's get this out here. Um, because there we go. Okay. Um, typical Chuck land. I'm the mayor. The boss will always, and I mean, it actually says 3 o'clock, right? It looks good because we had a hard time over on Facebook. We did this live on Facebook for a while, but it was a moving target. Every week was a new issue. So bless her heart. Now she'll text me. Looks good. And I'm just now looking over at that. Leah, thank you for doing that. I'm sorry it's a waste of your time, evidently. Evidently. And again, my boss, I just know at least once a week, she's just give me some Tylenol. Anyway, okay, so okay. Notes from the boss. Notes from the boss. 10% off site-wide. Site-wide. 10% off. Today only. Promo code WLS10. Weaver Leather Supply 10. Okay. Okay, we also have 15% off sharpening and strapping tools with promo code Stay Sharp. How about that? STAYSHARP. I'm glad my spelling is not as bad as my math is. Okay, we've got one here. Let's see, Crafter Fail of the Week. Rick, Crafter Fail. Oh man, I do my dyeing in the garage in case of a spill. Good call. Good call. Still was not thrilled when I dumped a quart bottle over it gets better, into my toolbox. I guess I needed to reorganize those sockets anyway. You know what? Looking on the sunny side of that, what a nightmare. What dye is just, and we've got it now because, like, if we dip dye, we pour the dye into a bin. Okay, easy enough. We dip dye, we set it aside. We pour that dye back into our container with a funnel. All should be well. How easy does this sound? I have dye on every piece of clothing I own. My wife, she says, "How do you get dye on your socks?" It's dye. I have no answer. Anyway, okay, so we got that knocked out, but I did want to jump back over because I mentioned it up at the top of the hour there. All right, so Rick, we got your craft bale in there. Let me see if I can find this because there were 2. Okay. Okay, yeah, okay. Prizzy Kaminku, a fail related question. I punched holes for the messenger bag today and the fork slipped. I swore badly and instantly started to think of punch decor to cover it. Is this normal? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Um, craft fails can have a little bad language and some pretty ugly gestures too. Yeah, let's just leave it there. Right? Let's just leave it there. Let's see. Okay, Mr. Pilot 737, bless your heart, because I felt like this was such a weak video. I love the comment shop making patterns from scratch videos. The comment shop patterns, I've been thinking about that forever because there are so many common patterns in our shop that it's almost like a buffet. You know, if we think of a project, well, we can pull this design that we've already done. We can pull, like say, patterns for our strapping, or there's so many things we can pull that we don't have to keep making over and over and over. It felt like such a great idea, but then when the video came out, I'm like, man, that just seems weak. That seems weak. But thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. That's a big help to me. It really is. Let's see, Arctic Arsenal. Let's see if I can find that one because I mentioned it. Let's see. Evidently, I've got a great answer for you. Um, oh, that was it. That was it. Sorry about that. Arctic Arsenal. Okay, anybody use a laser engraver to draw pictures on their leather? What wattage should I go for? Somebody will be able to help you out on that. But again, that's why I had that little thing. I just love that. The customer that made that has passed on. I don't use it. I keep it in my little, keepsakes box because I love that. And I think of Michael. I think of him every time I see that. He was a great person. Okay. Okay. Product of the day. We got to get on that. It's already well after 4, isn't it? All right. Product of the day so that I can keep my job. Let's see. Okay. Wing divider. What a great tool. I use this on every project at some point, at some place. Best part is I didn't bring it. I didn't. All right. Relatively inexpensive, but right here. And I love, boy, if you ever get one of these, that's about the best tool I have ever seen. The most well-made tool I've ever seen. These come in an 8-inch and a 10-inch. That is sharp as it can be. You can feel the quality in this. Relatively expensive though. Love it. Relatively expensive. Okay, over on our crafter side, the one thing I love about this is notice right here, our points absolutely come together. That's a big help. Not that I'm going to do that, but sometimes I want to work in 1/8 of an inch. The larger, not going to do that. I think it'll only come down to because it's so well made, right? Because it's so well made. But I think that's as far as it's going to come together, and that's easily 1/2 of an inch. Well, if I need to mark, ow, that's sharp. Craft fail. Anyway, if I want to go smaller than that, the point here is that I am still using the one that I bought in the 90s. Still using it. This is a great tool, relatively inexpensive, and this comes in handy in so many places. So, our wing divider, look for that one. That's a great purchase. It's a great tool. Going to use it. Ow! It's going to use that forever. Okay. All right. So, it looks like we've got all this. I'm so far behind over here. Let me see if there's nothing else here that we really need to go into. Okay. All right. So, I'm going to jump forward here a little bit. I'm going to jump to the end here. See if I can catch up. Okay. I've Chris Gould. Chuck, I belong to the I've Got Dye on Everything Club. It's next to I've Skived My Finger Club. That's it. Chris. I've got and I forgot to include this week. Chris sent an application for those of us who have Band-Aids, skived fingers, and drilled our hands and chiseled our. For Chris, I forgot to bring that up. I'm so sorry. We'll pull. I won't be here next week, y'all. Again, I apologize to that going to a show, but we'll be back the next week, absolutely, and we'll have some great stuff to talk about. But yeah, Chris has got a good application, and we need to bring this up. It's a lot like the Leatherist Craft Day, right? Which again, I need to put that on the fan page. It's just a lot of typing. I don't know if I can copy and paste. I think I can. I'll see if I can, but it's a lot of. I got to find a better place to put that so everybody can read it. The original point to that is we have a classroom in our retail space. And I'd just like to put a little plaque, next to the door that says, viewing the Leatherist Craft Day in their natural environment. And it would be fun. That would be fun to read. But anyway, Y'all, all kinds of good stuff. All kinds y'all, thank you for helping everybody out. Uh, yeah, there we go. Okay. Psychosis 999. Thank you. Yes, I commented about that on the video, I'm pretty sure as well. The old school 101 stuff people have to learn patterns, tools, storage processes. I will do my best to keep those coming. Even my boss mentioned that. Um, is that, there like a lot of us that have been at it a while, there are things we do we never think about. Little tricks and tips that we glide over them and then we move on. Those would be such help to somebody that's newer at the craft, and I kinda try to have to think about that, and there's all kinds of information in there, for folks that are new, so I'm gonna do my best to try to, go slower, try to write some of these thoughts down as I'm working on projects, so, we'll do that, and I'll do my best to try to keep that in mind when we're doing the leather elements and whatnot. Uh oh, oh, no, no. I thought you were saying you'd even gotten dye on your wife. I have. I'm sure. Y'all, let's see, Ruth Greenwood, what college course were you learning? Chuck, college course. Are you talking about math, um, vocabulary? I'm not sure, Ruth, on that one. Um, oh, Susan M. Chuck, wear the same color socks as the dye you're using. Yeah, yeah, that's a good call. I know I have to be careful with my weaver, my weaver clothes, um, because they have dye all over them. I change the second I finish a scene, I change. I change into shop clothes because I will trash clothing. Oh, give it half a minute, y'all. Okay, yeah, Sean Usher. Yeah, I thought Chuck says he runs out of wind after an hour. I kind of do. My voice starts to get a little, because there's so much to say. I should slow down. Let's breathe, slow down. Not about me, me, me. This is about leather and us and all that. Um, but I do tend to get a little hoarse because there's so much to talk about. And there's so many great comments. I want to answer or respond to every one of these. Um, and y'all, they come in so fast, I can't keep up. Thank you for doing that. Also, I'm gonna leave the comment section open at the end after we sign off. Leave that open. If you got a comment that I didn't see, sorry, drop it in there. Or question, fan page also, great place if you need an answer quick, fan page on Facebook. Uh, oh man, there's so many. Rare breed. Yeah, rare breed. I could give you a hint there, but it's our competition, which are very, very friendly competition in the leathercraft industry. Oddly friendly. We almost kind of all feel like we need each other, you know. And we're all at shows together. We have booths next to each other. One thing I do. Let me mention this because somebody last week asked, had a question. I might have written it down. What's it was some about what's at a leathercraft show, or why go to a leathercraft show or something like that. Wow. Now they're okay. So first off, all the work. But my favorite part is like, say, Barry is going to be there. Barry King is going to be there. He's got 10,000 stamp tools and stamp tools you never heard of, never thought of. The better part of that is that Barry's got samples all over his work tables of all these all these tools and all the combinations of tools, things you would never think of. And they're beautiful. They are gorgeous. So, I mean, that's just one sample. And like the cow skull, my buffalo hide, I bought both of those at shows because you'll see things you don't often see. You'll see vendors that sell all kinds of swivel knives, all the silver, conchos, and I know old tools, tables of old school tools, antique tools. Um, it's a blast. And I mean, you walk into a building, you're part of it. I mean, I'm trying to think of the right word because I got excited about this. Um, you fit right in the second you walk in the door. Yeah, I mean, you are there with a bunch of leather crafters. Everybody's friendly. Everybody's got pieces and parts of their work. Like in Sheridan, it's called the Leather Debut. It's a contest, and I mean, you can't believe the work people do. Things you never thought of. I mean, all the braiding and boots and oh man, there was a chair. Somebody did it one. The back of the chair, somebody took a skull, probably not a real one, I'm hoping, and pushed it out. So it looks like a skull is forcing itself out through the leather. It was, I mean, I probably wouldn't have it in my house, but wow, was that cool. Okay, all right, all right. Ooh, Bandit Blade, time for a ZZ Top tribute leather project. Oh, baby. I grew up listening to ZZ. Okay. Up Terry Beeson. Terry Beeson. Rare breed, come to Springfield, Missouri. I won't say why, but Google will. That's the competition is we're competitors, but we're all very friendly. And it's a very friendly, competitive feel between all of us. So we jokingly, jokingly laugh about the competitor. But really, we all know each other and we all see each other at shows. Anyway, y'all, let's wrap it up here. We're already at 4:15. I'm sorry to wrap it up. We could go so much further. There's so much more. All right. So anyway, y'all, I've taken up enough of your time today. I appreciate everybody being here. It means more than you know. Thank you for driving this. Thank you for driving this, for making this what it is. It is a pleasure to spend some time with y'all every week, and I look forward to it. And I almost feel the poorer because we're not going to talk next week. I'm almost missing that. So anyway, it's a pleasure, y'all. God bless every one of you. Prayers are with every one of you. Thank you for spending this time together with all of us. It is an absolute pleasure. Have a great evening. Have a great second half of your week. Have a great weekend, y'all. Love you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you in 2 weeks. We'll see you in 2 weeks. But y'all, thanks again for everything. Bye, y'all.